Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Crusader Industries, a journey worth taking. Systems on. Engines on. Quantum fuel 100%. Systems off. Crusader Industries, a journey worth taking. Systems on. Engines on.
So, um, I'm not entirely sure what's going on with this game. There was a video. I thought the video recorded for a significant while longer, but it did not. I did do a little bit of flying. I do intend to do so now. So the game's on for free play until the 3rd of December. And I've been watching this game since everybody else is watching it. I haven't done any playing because I was engaged in prior, as many of you know, to what was going on, what I was doing in the Elite Dangerous community. There's a bunch of stuff going on in there now. So there's a lot of undermining happening in Elite Dangerous at this very moment. There's a community goal that I will be going back to before the end of the community goal timeline. And when I'm going to be playing this game for a little bit on this stream. So I can familiarize myself a little bit better with how it flies and how it feels behind the cockpit. Squadron 42, which apparently is going to be a thing, will be
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your insurance claim has been sent.
Will be coming out
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
at some point next year. I haven't looked for a release date. I haven't seen anything of the sort. But it's being billed as like the next Wing Commander in terms of production value and theatrical presentation. So I liked Wing Commander, and I like flying spaceships. So I'm checking it out, see if it's gonna be the thing that I like. For those of you who know, I did a bunch of Starfield on this the previous summer and slightly before then, and I don't like the way Starfield flies. I mean, it's fine, it's whatever. It's not like the central element of the game, necessarily. All the other stuff going on with Starfield more than makes up the lack of flight options and flight enjoyability. That's not a real word. That's the word I'm going to use. Because you know exactly what I'm talking about. I've played Elite Dangerous for as long as I've been playing it, which is 7 years. Game came out in 2014. I started playing it first time in 2016 for like 30-45 minutes, and then put it down for another 2 years. And it suits the purpose, so I have generally played it for that purpose. It's apparently Elite Dangerous' nemesis, which doesn't make any sense to me. I don't think anybody over at Frontier Developments actually thinks that. I don't think anybody over at Robert Space Industries actually thinks that Frontier Development is the nemesis, which is like a slightly retarded hit. But I don't know anything about this game other than what I've read and I've seen online. I tend to play it for a little bit so that I can see whether or not it's going to be fun to fly it. Sit in the cockpit and do it. Now, this is another one of those persistent world MMOs.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
A relatively open
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
relatively open world in terms of, or not world, but mission sets. So you can basically do whatever you want in the game. It has been billed as sort of a cross between Elite Dangerous and Eve, in the sense that you form teams the same way they do in Elite Dangerous, but on a massive scale. Sort of like in Elite Dangerous. The ground combat, I have been told and I've read, is superior to Elite Dangerous. I don't know. And this, that, and the other. I'm very unfamiliar with the universe. I don't have any illusions as to what's going to be going on when I get out of the cockpit and when I do anything, if I decide to go into multiplayer for any significant amount of time. But I'm checking to see if it's going to be worth the effort to learn to fly, to do all of that stuff. Elite Dangerous is still around and it's still kicking pretty strongly. The Caspian is about to come out on Tuesday. And I still haven't picked up a Type 11. So I've been watching this game again for quite some time. I know that there's a significant amount of resources that one can put into this game in order to get yourself certain things like ships. I've never been like a huge fan of the model where you can pay $400 to get a ship that you can't get otherwise. I myself have been picking up some of the early release ships really dangerous. That's just because I don't want to go through the whole process of like earning all the credits that I had from the previous console, the profile transfer, before doing the reset last summer that I did at the end of the main lots. You can't hear me eating. That's probably the sound. Alright, very well. In the event that I do enjoy this game, flying, this and the other. I'll probably pick up Squadron 42. And then when I complete that, I'll say what I feel about the online community. As everybody knows, a very solid and nurturing relationship with all online communities. And all spectators of my viewing offerings. There it goes. The graphics look pretty good. The walking looks pretty good. Can't get in the elevator. It's got, at the very least, an aesthetic that's a little more gritty than Elite Dangerous. There's a significant degree more detail in the hangars. And I can jump while I'm in hangars, which is something I can't do in Elite Dangerous.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been delivered.
So graphics look good. Again, I tried to play this for a little bit earlier, did a little flying. The binds are not native to HOTAS, and they operate on that weird x-axis equal to strafe, and the axis is equal to roll, default bind. you saw in the video, it took me a little bit of time to even get myself into a situation where I was like half capable of controlling it. No, I don't feel like relearning how to fly a spaceship based on another game's lines. So if possible, I will do it in such a way that makes it easier for me. So there are shipment tiers in this game. Again, this is like not anything anyone is actually doing in this game. But that is the thing that exists, and that is sort of cool. It would be nice to be able to get on the ships in Elite Dangerous. I think everybody is agreeing with that. Not a huge matter of contention for me, but it would be nice. It appears to be the case that the interiors do sort of look like the interiors of bases in Elite Dangerous, which, I mean, I don't have to say it necessarily. I think everybody already knows how I feel about that kind of thing. Interior of the ship looks nice. Again, I'm just going to be tinkering around and see what's going on with this thing. See if it is going to be worth the expenditure of both resources and time to pick up Squadron 42, pick up any of the other ships, to dedicate a significant amount of time to relearning, or rather learning something that is relatively new, but also semi the same in terms of the space flight, space futuristic simulation.
Industries, a journey worth taking. Systems on.
FAO feels pretty good. It's a little bit different. This is a far vaster scale in terms of the space that we're flying. As you can see, it's sort of an asteroid field, but they are not anywhere near as packed together as they are in It's a bit of a slow feel to it. Also in a ship that isn't necessarily designed for the type of flight that I'm expecting. No guarantee that I'm going to understand quite exactly what's going on for quite some time. That's relatively beautiful as far as I can tell. As far as I'm concerned, look at all the rocks and what appears to be a star. bunch of folks chatting with local chat. I don't know how to do that yet, so I'm not going to do that yet. Focus on flying for the moment. I don't know how to do anything else this time. Like what you have to call. Anticipate myself making use of the game and its IP in the way that I did with the game logs. If I get a job with the company Frontier, which probably won't be the case because they don't like British people. I shouldn't say that, I'm sorry. I'm just dragging Brits. I've been dragging Brits since I got here to Italy. And they deserve it. Still. I'm sorry to the Brits. I'm going to follow this guy for a second. I don't know what's going on. I assume that he does. So the flying is like significantly different. I don't necessarily dislike it, but it's a far different experience. In terms of the way the ship handles and feeling of the ship, feeling of what in this game is called decoupled. Decoupled flight. It's a little more stable. Decoupled flight. Big thing. Big thing is there's no. I mean, like it's decoupled from. It's kind of like flex, just off. At the same time, rotation stops on releasing the control, which is a very different feeling. There's a section. There's like a. What do they call those things? What are those things called? Option? There's an option in the binding manual. No, the controls section. That says like gravity something or other. I don't know if that's the thing. So I'm going to turn that off. Let's see if that'll do it. Gravity compensation. That's about G-force. used to, should I decide to play the game. Beyond any cursory checking out. This is definitely not enough to like alter my decision to play Squadron 42. If I should choose to do so. But it is a bit less of a it's not a critique at all. Just slightly different than I'm used to. And I actually do enjoy zoom outs that I can get. Again, not a fair thing to do to be comparing this game this early on. It's hard not to. It's the game that I've played for fucking years. I still enjoy it. The only game that's come even remotely close. I mean, other than this is close. I believe I will say. Valkyrie, pretty solid flight engine that I enjoyed. Other than the fact that it's a little pukey in the same way that Squadrons was. Especially in VR. Anything that you gotta inform me of, do so. Looks like there's someone over here watching chat. And so my voice is being drowned out so bad. So give me a second. It's not that. Hello? Alright. I suppose that is one way to tell me that there's something going on. So, I don't know who Hack Toaster is, but hello, Hack Toaster. So, as I was saying, the flight engine seems pretty enjoyable thus far. FAO is slightly different than it is in Elite Dangerous. It's called decoupled in this game, and it's essentially just breaks the or rather permits increased inertia within the ship. However, it doesn't provide you with the means to like free float, and the thrusters still bring you back to 0. So still bring you back to 0. So it's slightly different. As I mentioned earlier, what did I say? I've said a bunch of stuff before. I assume you didn't hear a lot of it because I was too busy flying. Which is fine. I said a bunch of stuff about British people who, again, just whatever. I have, yeah, that's right. So here, I've been dragging British people since I got to Italy, and rightfully so. And this game is like made by an American company, which one might suspect would like provide it with a better sensibility, but I don't know. I don't know anything about this game. I don't know anything about this game's community. As I mentioned before, I have a relatively good, if not great, if not warm and nurturing relationship with all of my online communities and all of my spectators. So, nope, not even a little bit. So, um, I don't know whether, in the event that I decide to play Squadron 42, which I will say, like at this point, might actually be a thing. The flight engine is not the same, not even, it's not really all that close to the same as Elite Dangerous. There is still a far, far greater degree of constraints in terms of flight, uh, which is fine. Like it just is what it is. Uh, but I do enjoy the flight engine in Elite Dangerous quite a little bit more. I shouldn't say that. That's like not a fair thing to point out. Not a fair way to understand this situation in this particular game. So I do enjoy the flight engine Elite Dangerous. I like the general ability to just float off into space and spin around in circles, which is not currently possible based on the information that I've collected about how to play this game. In terms of like grandiosity, this base itself is bigger than pretty much anything else that's going on in Elite Dangerous in terms of surface area. So it's a nice thing to see. Like it's a very beautiful game right out of the gate before doing anything else other than just sort of flying around. It's got the scale of Star Wars Squadrons, which is I have. Uh, it's got the scale of Star Wars Squadrons in terms of base size. So like the actual flying around uh, and the without frame shift driving and the various different systems that you could put yourself through, um, it's pretty solid. Uh, this is definitely like a very specific reality in terms of a gaming experience. It's a little bit more enjoyable uh, in terms of like the visual awe. Um, I mean, I assume it's like probably a relatively safer community than Elite Dangerous in terms of like persistent world MMO situation, especially with like the Imperials being where they are. John, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Um, Beyond that, like it's pretty solid, and I will fly around for quite a little bit longer before I get rid of um, the game at the present moment. I mean, I won't delete it necessarily, uh, but at the present moment, I've got the CG over there in airship 87621, which allows me to go around and blow shit up. So I'm going to do that. I will be undermining probably Denton and Torvald systems for the whole of the CG. I'll probably be laying off the Ashling and the Lavini power play groups this time around because of the thing that I've got going on with Zero Core. And I may or may not decide to go in on any of the other groups. The reason being, I have a very general idea of what I'm looking to accomplish, and those things that will interfere with that are completely and utterly useless to me. So this game is not anywhere near as floaty in FAO as Elite Dangerous. I don't necessarily like that about it. It does indeed fly like a pretty standard space engine, or spaceflight engine does. Wing Commander, Colony Wars, the Greats of rates of the past. It's way tighter than Flight of the Nova, which is just a fucking clusterfuck. And the game's just like got this amazing fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? Vastness? That's not a word. The instance itself, I guess is a better way to put it. This is like a very large instance with a lot of things going on, which is a far different, far different thing than Elite Dangerous. It does fly a little bit like Star Wars Squadrons. Maybe a little slower. In terms of response to thrust, but I hate a thing. It's a little tight. Meh. It's workable. Again, I won't be doing all that much presently. I got 2 crime. I have 2 crime. Not entirely out of the ordinary for me to have high crime ratings in the game, in gaming. But I'm confused at what it is that I think I just crashed twice. So I'll have to figure out whether or not it's illegal to crash, and if it is, how do I pay off that crime rating or get rid of that crime rating? So again, these interiors are pretty solid. This is like in terms of visuals, it's up there with Starfield, to a certain extent. I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing, but I'm going to get into the elevator and then hopefully hop onto another ship. Huh. I'm assuming that's another player. Forgot to get on the elevator. Looks like he's got better weapons than me. I don't know how to do anything. Now, at this point in my gaming for Elite Dangerous, I would have tried to shoot him, and then he would have killed me immediately. Uh, which is the appropriate response on his part, were I to do such a thing. I'm not sure what's happening right now. Right. I assume that's where I change my suit and pick up weapons. And there are a lot of players who are playing the game right now. When I signed up to play this, it sent me to a link where I can find a guide and someone to walk me through and do all that stuff. I'm not going to worry about that at the present moment. I haven't bought a ship, and I don't necessarily intend to switch games at the moment. But I do still enjoy Elite Dangerous, even though the community sucks garbage. It's garbage through a butt. A lot of you, sorry guys, I hate to shit on my own people.
Anything happening?
But a lot of you guys suck garbage through a butt. I don't feel like having to reconfigure
Must have been named just
our relationship and rebuild or build new ones at the present moment.
your mind.
There's a lot of things going on that make it less amenable to my needs to do so. What again doesn't nothing about this game thus far that I'm like repulsed by. Space legs is
According to plan, the two of us are gonna work on that extractor, and should make some decent profit.
relatively solid.
Us doing business, I guess.
Is relatively solid. Um, I'll have to look into an entirely different gaming
Anything
universe
happening?
to figure out what the hell's going on. Which again,
Fly for you.
not something I'm going to take uh, take part in at the moment. Again, when Squadron 42 comes out, there's a seems at this point a pretty likely chance I will make an effort to put that into my rotation. I think the game is currently in alpha. Again, I've been following it
One of my friends
as much as I follow anything that's not the trail of the thing that I'm following. Because I have incredibly deep focus that must be cultivated continuously. How do I get to those ships again? I think have seen um, scenes of this game with people playing space combat in settings like these, indoor scenarios. I don't know. That might just be like this thing that I remember from Starfield. Um, but again, all in all, the game looks great. Uh, for an alpha, um, it has been, from what I recall, the longest running alpha in the history of video games. Uh, whatever, man. I don't have any. I don't have any dog in the race. I don't care as much. I thought it was dangerous, so I don't have a reason to rush through something that could be good. Although the flight engine gives a little more floatiness and the option to go FAO, I suppose. Uh, like full FAO. The flying is good. Game looks great. Again, Squadron 42 is supposed to be something gigantic. So if it happens to re-release in 2026, I will probably then make a decision as to how much longer I will tolerate the presence of people that suck garbage through butts when I could be meeting new people and enjoying my time with new people. Plus, they won't. I mean, this place isn't based in Cambridge, where snootiness comes from. That's where like it was invented. So, like, again, I try to keep in mind all the parameters of life when I encounter them. Uh, how do I get back to my ship? Um, I just fell. Probably gonna die again. I'm not sure what's going on right now. Oh, I'm gonna fall. I fell. I think I'm stuck behind a wall now. Probably gonna get crushed by an elevator. So what do I do here? I'm going to assume this is a bug that I haven't died. What happens now? So I don't know how to grab things. I'm gonna have to log out and see what's going on there. Menu.
Dr. Den, your launch has been assimilated by the fridge AI. Please file a brief.
I don't have anything bad to say about this thus far. Again, as I was saying before, fell into a hole. Um, Squadron 42 is supposed to come out. Supposed to. Next year at some point. And it's supposed to be this big cinematic experience. So, based on this, I'll probably be checking it out. And then I'll see if I decide to stay in here. Or at least make this part of like my regular rotation. Along with Elite Dangerous and the other gaming experiences that I do enjoy. I mean, I'd probably be dead before the end of the year, like all things considered. So, I mean, just sort of is what it is. If I'm not, I'll probably play this at some point next year. So that'll be that, and then this will be this. I mean, I don't really feel like I have any further need to play the game at the moment. I can see what's going on. I'm not planning on getting to the multiplayer at the moment. So until such a time that I do, there appears not to be much for me to do within the game, other than fly around. Doesn't seem as though there was a mission that I was supposed to take. I don't have any guns. Oh yes, I do. Yes, I do have guns. All right, I'm gonna fuck around with the guns now.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your insurance claim has been sent. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
How do I get? Teacher ship shop. Again, the game looks pretty big thus far. It looks like it's one of those games where I'm gonna have to explore and figure stuff out. The game's only available for free play until November 3rd, and as I mentioned, I don't have any. Intention to do all that much until such a time occurs. I don't have weapons yet, do I? I don't think I do. Let's look down. Nice. I'm not sure what's going on over here with this person. They appear to be frightened by something. Somebody head back to the ship. Wait, not yet. Badger Repeater. Cannon, Sucker Punch Cannon by Joker Engineering. Scorpion GT Gatling gun. Attrition 1 repeater by Harrison Dynamics. So all these companies are companies that I'm going to have to learn about as I get further into the game. The same thing went with all the games in Elite Dangerous, not Elite Dangerous, all the game companies in Starfield, characters and whatnot. It appears to be a particularly large scale undertaking. Power function down. I can't turn it on. It's not my ship.
It's always one thing after another these days. First the Outlaws, now the Vandal. I've heard folks talking about how we should be having a parley with them.
Everyone seems really upset.
This
Not sure what's going on.
now can have a conversation. I just don't know who's going to be so talkative with such bloodthirsty lurchers like these.
I'll come right opposite. Alliance.
What's going on with this guy?
I got this comm from my mum and she...
I feel like that was 5 minutes. I have a small gun, and that's about it. Runner suit and a helmet. And I've got a pistol. which sounds about right.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieve. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Ah, shit, man. I did a thing again.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been.
How do I turn my weapons on? 2.
Crusader Industries, a journey worth taking. Systems, engines, on. Quantum fuel, 100%.
I wait 400 seconds.
Launch complete.
Ooh!
Engines off. Engines on. Landing complete. Launch complete.
The soundtrack I like. Soundtrack's good. I listened to that opening number on the launcher screen for 2 hours, 3 hours after the first, after I recorded the video. I had to do a bunch of stuff. My hard drive got full, so I had to move everything around and I had to re-download it like twice, and then verify it again after that. So it took a good amount of time for it to get back in the cockpit, which is fine. It happens sometimes. Not a big deal. It's a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. Looks good. Flight's fine. It's big. I don't know what to do just yet, other than just do what I've been doing, which is fly around and try to find out what to do. Which doesn't seem as it doesn't seem as ridiculous. Doesn't seem as ridiculous as I made it sound. There's still a bunch of stuff to do that I like doing in Elite Dangerous. So again, I'll wait till Squadron 42 comes out and I'll give it a playthrough and I see how. Is there a dude on top of my ship? See what happens when that. When it goes down that way.
Landing gear up. Weapons off.
Oh wait, no, don't.
Weapons on.
I don't know how to fire my weapons yet. Ah, there's a weapon. Alright, so I'm gonna blow this guy up for no real reason. Just want to see what's going on here. Although I could probably not do that just as well. And just scan him. But I don't know how to get back to the scan mode.
Target friendly.
Oh. Right.
Docking initiated. Docking denied. Landing gear down. Docking initiated. Docking denied. Landing gear up. Target friendly.
I'm also not supposed to shoot that guy. But I don't currently see any value to me continuing to play it. I think I will be picking up Squadron 42. I will give it that. But for now, I don't want to deal with the new open world. And having to learn how to do all that stuff. So, I'm going to chill out for a little bit. And then play some Elite Dangerous. And blow some stuff up there. When Squadron 42 comes out, I will probably stream it onto here. I don't have any further commentary to provide on the matter. This is Hacked Toaster. Sorry I didn't get to you while you were watching the stream, it doesn't look like. I don't have a way to monitor the words. I'm on the single monitor currently, so enjoy the rest of your day.